Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I wanted to do something fun, so let's do a designer fashion tier list. And today, let's see what we have. So there's quite a few different brands in this tier list, and I'll say what my personal opinions are and what my favorite brands are, and we'll hate on some terrible brands together. So first of all, Vlone. I don't think people know that brand anymore. Dime, no clue. Amiri. Their jeans are just really expensive, and their shoes and everything is expensive. And I think it's a lot of like celebrities and rappers that wear this brand. I think the pricing is terrible. I don't like how it looks. Overall, terrible. Helmut Lang. Well, Helmut Lang definitely was very influential back in the day. But I feel like nowadays, just you don't really see their clothing very often. It's kind of boring at times. I wouldn't really buy any of their stuff recently, but they're still solid, like D tier. No idea what FT is. Noah, not really. Undercover. Now, Undercover, a lot of people really love this brand. I don't own anything by them, and just the recent collections don't really fit my style, but Jun Takahashi is amazing. So let's put it into C tier. A Cold Wall, they definitely do a bunch of cool stuff. I don't own any of their things, but they definitely fall more on tech wear and more technical, futuristic clothing, which I don't own that much of, but they're doing great stuff. Nike, I don't like Nike. Nike is very mainstream, everyone has it. I don't own any Nike shoes currently. I don't really own Nike clothing. We're gonna put it in D tier, high D tier. Like, if you need athletic clothing, Nike's fine. It's just, I find it so boring. However, their collabs with other brands sometimes are quite nice. It's just, I don't want a pair of Dunks. I don't want a pair of Jordans. And just because they collab with Undercover doesn't make the shoe more desirable for me. Yohji Yamamoto. Definitely one of my favorite brands. Don't really know where to place them. A tier, S tier. Actually, let's give him S tier. He is incredible designer, and his style is so consistent. You can honestly buy anything, and it kind of goes together. It is crazy, and it's good, high quality pieces. I love it. Supreme terrible. Like, you're just paying for the logo. GmbH, no idea. Palm Angels, you're paying for the logo. Maison Kitsune, I actually do own a few products from them. I do like the look of the logo, except the clothing is super boring. It is terribly overpriced. Quality's decent, especially if you get it on sale, like the pricing's not that terrible, but you're just paying for the branding, really. And I just don't think their stuff is very nice. But we'll put it in D tier. What is this? Oh, Martin Rose. Not bad. I think they make some cool stuff. I don't really own anything, but they seem to be really popular now. So let's give C tier. C2H4, don't know too much about them. APC. I love minimal clothing. I don't love APC. I just find them to be kind of boring. Quality is definitely decent, but it's too boring for me. Acne Studios. I own quite a bit from Acne Studios. And recently they've done some like crazy stuff, like super weird colored pants. Like, I like their products that are more neutral colored, more normal, classic, timeless. And they're really weird stuff I don't really dabble in, but they do some good stuff. And honestly, quality's great. I have a bunch of pair of jeans by them. I love those jeans. My only jeans that I like wearing. So they're great. B tier. Adidas. I'm just gonna be honest, I prefer Adidas over Nike. I still don't like Adidas that much. I just it's it's very basic as well. But we'll put it in C tier. Adidas, like I still own some of their shoes. But it's another one of those very mainstream brands. However, regarding like Y3, the Yohji Adidas collab, their stuff is looks super cool. Love the look of it. Definitely I have doubts about quality. It's manufactured in sketchy places and the pricing is like surprisingly high. And at that point it's like I rather get Yohji stuff. It's not that much like sure it's Yohji is like double the price of Y3, but like Y3 the quality is just I don't think it's there. So if Y3 was on this list, I'll probably put in like B tier. I don't know this brand, don't know this brand. I don't really like Bape. It's not great. Um, yeah, it's not my stuff. Craig Green, Rip, no idea. Brain Dead, not really. No idea what this brand is. Ambush, don't know. What is it? Midnight Studios, don't know. Burberry. Alright, so Burberry it's an interesting brand because I love the whole idea of the very British aesthetic with like trench coats and all of that. And I love their beige. And I actually do like their Burberry check a lot. But I just think the pricing is honestly kind of terrible considering the manufacturing for a lot of their stuff is in like cheaper countries. Like their trench coat is manufactured in the UK, which is great, but it's also like $3,000. But their other stuff, like their t-shirts, sometimes it's like manufactured in Turkey or like cheaper countries, which considering it's like $800 for a shirt, I don't think it's that worth it. But because I do like their style, sometimes I'll put it in B tier. But yeah, Burberry's, I have mixed feelings about them. Carhartt, everyone and their mom has Carhartt around me. Like quality's fine, I think. Everyone owns Carhartt is kind of like the hot thing right now. So that's why I don't like it. Because I'm a hipster. CE, don't really know. Celine does some cool stuff. They're owned by LVMH though, which I'm not a huge fan of LVMH, but like Celine, they have decent like minimal stuff. Heron Preston, don't really know too much. Comme des Garçons they do great stuff. Like quality is solid. They have like very normal clothing. They also have a lot of lines that do more avant-garde clothing, which is super cool. I don't own anything from their main line. I was gifted two CDG Play sweaters. I don't like CDG Play. You're just paying for the logo. The designs are very boring. But main lines, Comme des Garçons and like all the other diffusion lines, there's like a million of them. They're actually pretty good. Definitely recommend them. A bunch of their collabs are kind of boring. They just slap their logo on it and it looks like the exact same shoe, but now there's like a logo on the back. Would not recommend those. Jean Paul Gaultier, I just for some reason I think it's like a cheap brand for some reason. Adder Error, not like they have cool stuff. I think they're pretty cool. But I'm partial to my Japanese brands, so I think they're Korean. They do pretty cool stuff, but I don't own anything. Dior, they're kind of boring, honestly. Like Dior's, Yeah, actually, D tier. Dior is kind of boring. Don't really like their stuff. LVMH again, also super expensive. Doublets, I think it's Japanese, but I'm not too familiar. Etudes, not super familiar. Golf, nope. Givenchy, it's like, it's not. I don't have any designs that I like from them. Also super expensive, overpriced. Gucci, like for the longest time, I hated Gucci. I just found it to be like way too loud, too in your face. And I still believe that. Like honestly, I don't like Gucci that much. Let's put in D tier. It's just if you like that kind of like loud, vibrant colors, yeah, go Gucci. But I don't. Don't really know the random identities. Don't really know Kenzo. I don't like Kenzo. I don't know. For some reason, I also feel like they're super cheap, but they're not. So I get weird vibes from them. Fear of God, very cool clothing, definitely. I really like the main line. Even Fear of God Essentials, I love like the cut of the clothing. I don't buy it because the quality is definitely like lower. It's not really worth it in my opinion. And it's also super popular. And once again, I don't want to buy something that everyone else has. But Fear of God mainline, super cool designs. Definitely a B tier. Levi's. Honestly, I wouldn't own Levi jeans. I think you can have cooler jeans than Levi's, but for like basic jeans, yeah, Levi's is decent. Alexander Wang, I thought he like assaulted people. Not super cool about that. Chanel, for women's clothing, Chanel definitely sometimes does do a good job. Their bags are like super popular, also incredibly expensive, and the quality is like kind of like going downhill. They switched from like 20 or from gold plated hardware to like gold colored plated hardware, and then they raised the price of the bag. Kind of scummy, but you know, the look of the clothing, they are influential. They've done great things for a long time. C tier. What is this? Fendi. I don't like Fendi. They just, eh, I don't associate them with like luxury that much. Their logo, it's fine. Not a fan of it. I only know like one person that was like decked out in Fendi, but everyone else, no one really buys it. Guess is terrible. It's not even luxury. Lacoste, terrible. Not even luxury. Ronan, no clue. LV, Louis Vuitton, the world's biggest and most valuable luxury company conglomerate, and at times they do interesting stuff. Honestly, like I hate the company. I hate how they run things. But if we're going to talk about what is the most widely accepted luxury brand, then it's LV. However, there's so many fakes going around, and their stuff is out of my price range. And it's also like super logo heavy. And if something is not logo heavy, then like at that price point, it's way too expensive. So let's actually C tier, LV, C tier. I wouldn't get anything from LV. I think you can get cooler designs from other brands for less money. And honestly, I don't really want to be associated with LV. And plus, there's a bunch of fakes. A bunch of people own fakes, and I don't want, I don't want to buy stuff that's faked. Honestly, Margiela, I think Margiela is super cool. Definitely, he did some wonderful designs in the past, very influential. One of my favorite designs by him is actually like this keychain holder. He did something similar when he was working at Hermes in like the late 90s. Couldn't find that exact one, but recently I got this, which I love. It's a great necklace. I don't put keys on it. I just use it for decoration. But yeah, Margiela has great stuff. I love the tabby boots. Tabby boots, tabby loafers. Just tabbies are great. They they're just more unique. Like most boots, they all look the same. But tabbies, they look different and they are divisive. Some people hate them, some people love them. I think they're pretty cool. So Margiela Gats, also one of my favorite shoes of all time. So like Margiela, I have a bunch of things I love from them. They're pretty cool. A tier. Mastermind Japan, I think it's just super expensive and it's that like goth look. I would get Yoji instead. I don't know, I just don't want skull and crossbones on my clothing. Montclair is a C tier. If you're buying it for the flex, it is the current flex jacket because everyone else has Canada Goose. Their stuff is actually definitely very boring, actually. Maybe not C tier, D tier. But their jackets are pretty cool. It's super expensive once again. Philippine, do not know. Off-White. Honest answer, I actually quite like Off-White. Like, I hate the Hypebeast era, but I do love Off-White. I think their logos super cool. I own one of their belts. Like, honestly, they have a lot of graphic designs on their clothing, which I don't like, but I think their sneakers are pretty cool. I don't really wear sneakers, but if I did, Off-White sneakers are cool. Yeah, I like Off-White for no apparent reason. B tier. Calvin Klein is definitely not luxury. It's like an E tier. Junior Watanabe, man. Definitely some cool designs. I don't really know why this is part of it, but C tier. Raf Simons. Raf does some interesting stuff. I'm not super familiar, but solid, definitely solid stuff. Palace is you buy it for the logo. Prada. Prada sells at outlet stores. I don't know how I feel about luxury brands that sell at outlet stores. Like, it kind of devalues your brand. Like, any diffusion line that's cheap, I feel kind of devalues your brand. Prada, when I buy something Prada, like, secondhand, I have no clue if it's mainline or from an outlet, especially if I'm ordering online. So, like, the logo's cool, but I don't know, Prada just, I'll put it up, like, high D tier. Really wouldn't get anything from them, but apparently they have really good nylon, like the best nylon in the world. But yeah. Pleasures, don't really know this brand, no clue. Ralph Lauren is super boring. Their purple label definitely has good quality, but you can't really get that very often in North America. It's just the classic preppy American style. I wouldn't buy them, but lots of people like them. Rick Owens, great. Rick Owens is amazing. I would not wear most of the stuff he makes, but he's definitely pretty cool. Actually, let's make it a B tier. His shoes, super popular. I have no idea why. Like, everyone on the internet seems to want, like, a pair of Geo Baskets or Ramones. Honestly, they're pretty cool shoes. Super expensive, but, like, I guess the quality's there. Especially if you want that kind of styling. Rick Owens is great. Rick does go pretty well with Yoji, honestly, but Rick is expensive. So, and I'm not too familiar with their stuff. He does weird designs, which are great. It's great to see on fashion shows. Not exactly great to wear every day, but they're solid. Solid B tier. Tommy, nah, that's not luxury brand. Stone Island, people just buy it for the logo. I don't know why. Sakai, I love Sakai. Sakai is one of my favorite brands. They do the most interesting designs. I really like the deconstructed look that they go for. They are super expensive though, even compared to like Yohji and CDG. It's like Sakai is slightly more expensive. Um, they don't really have a logo, which, but you can kind of tell it's Sakai by looking at it. I own a pair of pants from them that I got secondhand in Japan for like super cheap. Great pair of cargo pants. Just, I feel like Sakai is one of the most interesting brands. Like, they take a normal bomber jacket and theirs just looks more unique without being so weird that you can't really wear it outside. So, I love Sakai. I would definitely want to get more stuff from them. The North Face, for a jacket, is probably solid. JW Anderson, I don't really like JW Anderson that much, but you know, he seems popular. Balenciaga, honest answer, their shoes slap. Like the sock runner, I still think that's amazing. Triple S, I do love that. Expander, like a lot of the Balenciaga shoes, like I find are super cool. Their clothing, definitely they do some like weird internet hype stuff, like a Lay's chip bag kind of bag that's like $2,000 or something. But in general, Balenciaga, they can do some nice stuff, but way too expensive. Versace, I feel like they're cheap. I don't know why. Like, I would never buy their stuff. They fall in F tier. No idea what this is. Kitsby, don't really know. Dickies, Japanese Dickies seems to be pretty decent. Like, the quality's there, the styling is there. North America Dickies, not good. Balmain, honestly, one of the worst. I don't know why. It's just, I don't like their logo. I don't like anything they do. I own a tie from them. It was one of their diffusion lines, I think. I think that really devalued the brand. Like, it's so expensive, and yet, like, I feel like there is no social clout if you wear it, and it's just not good stuff. 32C, no idea. Alexander McQueen, I can't hate too hard. They're fine, I guess. I don't like. I don't really know anything about them recently though. Vetements is way. It's just. I feel like it's one of those internet brands that like the internet loves and some very specific people love, but in general, I don't think it's wearable. It's super expensive. Definitely not worth it. Um, but it is. It used to be Demna. Now it's a different man running the show, but it's okay. YSL. I like their boots. Like mid 2010s, YSL was like super cool. I love the Wyatts. I think they're great boots. But just honestly, maybe yeah, I would put it C tier. Like, it's a luxury brand. It's expensive. Kind of boring stuff currently, but it's solid. I really wouldn't buy it though. Tom Brown, basically my favorite brand of all time. Incredible, the best formal wear in the world. The most interesting cuts, even like normal cuts too. High quality fabrics, just enough whimsical fun to like keep it from not being boring. It's just honestly the best combination of if you need to wear something formal, which I often do, and it's high quality and it's unique. I love Tom Brown. Everything is so expensive. However, I did get a shirt secondhand from them in Japan for like dirt cheap. It was incredible. Still my favorite shirt of all time. It's probably like 15 years old, and it's in so much better condition than any other dress shirt that I own. So that just tells you the quality is solid. what is this? Champion. Eh. Champion is like a mall brand, honestly. Like it's a mall brand. If you want it. Issei Miyake. Honestly, very, very cool stuff. I like his pleats, please. I have a pant. It's very comfortable, it's very nice, it's very easy to wash. And I get actually the most compliments from that, which is pretty cool. His other lines, like the one that's like a bunch of numbers, also incredibly cool design with like the folding. Yeah, just their clothing is innovative back in the day, and it still is. It's still relevant today. They do use a lot of polyester, like mainly polyester. However, from what I've heard, they're like the polyester from them is actually like solid, like the best quality you can get. And Loewe, uh, it's part of like the luxury brands that I do think is luxury. It's just they do some weird designs that I don't really like. But nah, D tier. But that's it. That's everything on the tier list. My favorite brands, as you can tell, Tom Brown, Yohji. Definitely a very weird combo, but I think you can do it. Formal wear, Tom Brown. Casual wear, Yohji. Sakai works with Yohji. CDG works with Yohji. Margiela works with kind of both. You can kind of fit their clothing in both. Issei works with Yohji. Acne Studios, kind of a separate thing. Burberry kind of works with Tom Brown a little bit. Fear of God works with Yohji. Off-White works with Yohji. Rick Owens works with Yohji. Like, it's great. Great stuff out there. So thank you so much for watching this tier list. Let me know what you think. I definitely said some controversial things. I definitely have strong opinions about this. But what are your thoughts? Please let me know down in the comments below. We can talk about it. And maybe next time I'll do a tier list about shoes. Because I have a lot of opinions about those as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.